UFC 314 is going down this weekend, which means we need to break down this main event. Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes for the undisputed featherweight title. This is going to be a good one. Two fan favorites in the featherweight division. Of course, Alexander Volkanovski, things haven't been going very well for him these past couple of years. Of course, he got knocked out by Topuria and knocked out by Islam Makhachev. But since then, he's taken a year off, he's gotten back in the gym, and he's sharpened his tools, and now he's ready to go reclaim his title. Which is where I want to start looking at this matchup, because on one side, you have a guy who's been there, who's done it, who's already reached the glory land in Alexander Volkanovski, versus a guy who's young, who's hungry, and hasn't had any of that glory yet in his career. And it's important to look at that because who wants it more means a lot in terms of a fight. Volkanovski's been coming through during this fight weekend in the build up to this fight, talking about how hungry he is and how much he wants the belt back. And honestly, I do believe him. I think that there is a world where if he does get the belt back, he'll be very happy, obviously, but he'll also get to have big fights and continue his career. But he also mentioned in the build-up that he's also okay outside of the UFC at this point. He's comfortable, he's set himself up financially, and if he has or doesn't have the belt, it's not going to make that big of a difference. Stylistically, I think these two match up pretty nicely. On one side, you have Diego Lopes, who's a bit of a power puncher, starts really fast, starts really hot, but as the fight goes on, he tends to lose a bit of his cardio. And then on Volkanovski's side, I wouldn't say Volk's a slow starter, but probably slower than Diego, and he gets much better as the fight goes on. So honestly, this fight's pretty easy to break down. I think it goes one of two ways. Either Diego Lopes goes out there early, he's able to crack Volkanovski and get the finish, or this fight goes into the later rounds and we see Volkanovski start to take over and probably win via decision. But I don't want to sit on the fence, so obviously I'm going to pick one of these outcomes. And honestly, the one that seems more likely to me is probably Diego Lopes. And I know for a lot of people that's crazy. A lot of people are picking Volkanovski heading into this fight, and I absolutely see a world where he wins this. The problem is, my question mark lays with his chin. I don't know if he still has that chin. I mean, it's been cracked by Topuria, by Makhachev. These are powerful dudes and guys that could have a lasting effect on his career. I mean, before those fights, Volkanovski had never been knocked out, only once in his amateurs. That's a big thing. When guys get knocked out, they never come back the same way. Ask Kamaru Usman. Volk's also 37 years old, and if you guys have seen that stat about fighters who fight in title fights over the age of 35, things usually don't go their way. Now, if Volk's chin's not gone, I honestly think he has a much better chance at winning this fight than Diego. I think skill for skill, he probably is more skilled than Diego Lopes. And don't get me wrong, Lopes is very skilled himself. Great striking, very, very good jiu-jitsu. I'm interested to see what would happen if these two ended up on the ground, to be honest. I think we'd see some great exchanges, but I don't think that overall skill for skill Lopes is better. I just think he hits harder, and if he cracks Volk, he might put him to sleep, which would be a wild outcome that I could totally see happening. My official prediction is going to be Diego Lopes to win this fight via knockout in the first or the second round. I think that things are just changing for Volkanovski in his life outside of the UFC. He's starting to get older in age. He's been there. He's done that. He's already accomplished so much in this sport that I don't even think he needs to reclaim the title to do anything for his legacy. So there you guys have it. That's my official prediction for UFC 314's main event. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you have Volk? Do you have Diego Lopes? It's a super tough fight, and it's a super tough fight to predict, like a lot of the fights on this card, honestly. A lot of 50-50 matchups, and I think this is one of them. Thank you all for watching this video. Be on the lookout for more breakdowns throughout the week. I'm going to go through a bunch of the fights on this card, honestly, because I want to talk about them. So be on the lookout for those. Thank you all for watching this video. I'll catch you all in the next one.